Has anyone ever told you to invest your money into things like stocks, index funds, mutual funds, real estate, ETFs, Roth IRA, 401k? Yeah, I don't know what any of that is. I'm more into like DIY, WWE, WNBA. In this video, I'm gonna make it stupid simple for you beginners to finally start investing your money. Okay, the first investment is simple. I would invest in an emergency savings. Ideally, you should have about 6 months worth of living expenses saved. This is in case you lose your income source due to, I don't know, a pandemic. Wow. Too soon, dude. Hey, thoughts and prayers, right? Thoughts and prayers all day, baby. Just be sure your emergency savings is easily accessible. A high interest savings account is fine for this. The next best investment you can make is clicking those like and subscribe buttons because it's free and most of you are not even subscribed. The last point I want to make about emergency savings is don't touch that money. Leave it alone. It's only for emergencies. Oh, it's only for emergency. Got it. I love that stuff. The next investment I would make is paying down high interest debt. This could be credit cards, student loans, medical bills, whatever. Here's the thing though, I would avoid paying off low interest debt. For example, let's say you have $20,000 left on your car loan, and this car loan has an interest rate of only 3%. You can easily make 10% a year from the stock market, which I'll talk about later in this video. It doesn't make sense to pay off that $20,000 car loan that's only costing you 3% when you can invest that $20,000 and earn 10%. I would just continue making minimum payments on those loans and just invest the rest. Stick around and I'll show you how to invest that money. But if you're in a situation where you have a significant amount of debt, stop watching videos online and invest in a consultation with a licensed financial advisor, because I'm not one of them. I'm just an engineer who likes finance. The next investment I would make is in your retirement. I know it sounds lame and boring, but you gotta do it. If you're in the US, don't expect the government to take care of you when you retire. Social Security benefits may not be around by the time millennials like myself retire. A recent US Treasury report found that the Social Security Trust Fund is projected to only be able to pay out full benefits throughout 2033, but my retirement year is 2055. Yeah, so you're basically screwed because the cost of living will increase dramatically by the time you retire, and Social Security benefits may not pay out as much or at all. But I've been paying taxes for like 15 years. America. Okay, you have a few options in terms of retirement investments. A Roth IRA or individual retirement account is just an account you put money into each year. That money gets invested for you and grows over time. The really cool thing is you don't get taxed on the money you make in that account until you retire and start pulling that money out. I'm already lost and bored. Why can't you make this a 30-second TikTok video? Okay, let's say you buy a damaged car for $6,000 and you fix it up and sell it for $12,000. That's a profit of $6,000 that you need to pay taxes on for that tax year. If you invest that $6,000 into a Roth IRA instead, and the next year it doubles to $12,000, you don't pay taxes on that $6,000 until you retire. So what's the point if you have to pay taxes in the end anyways? The money you save now from avoiding taxes gets compounded and grows even more over time. Technically, there are some limitations to Roth IRAs, such as income caps and maximum yearly contributions. But even if you're not eligible, you can do what's called a backdoor Roth IRA contribution. But don't worry about that right now. As long as you make less than about $140,000 per year, you should be eligible. There are dozens of different companies you can open up a Roth IRA account with. Check out the link in the description below for more info. Another retirement investment you can make is in a 401k. A 401k is just another retirement account, but this one you have to get through your job, and some companies don't offer this benefit. I highly recommend you reach out to your company's HR department to find out if they have a 401k benefit. Similar to Roth IRAs, a 401k account you can put money into and it grows tax-free over time. When it comes time for you to retire, you can pull the money out then and pay taxes on your gains at that time. The main difference between an IRA and a 401k is that 401k contributions are taken directly out of your paycheck before taxes. I'm lost again. Okay, let's say your paycheck is $1,000 before tax. This is also called your gross pay. Before you get this paycheck, you let your company know that you want to contribute 5% of your gross pay to your 401k. That means you get to contribute $50 to your 401k. What if instead you contributed 5% of your paycheck after taxes? This is also called net pay. Well, if 20% of your paycheck goes towards taxes, for example, then your 5% contribution to your 401k is only $40. $10 doesn't seem like much, but over a long period of time, that could mean tens and thousands of dollars. Okay, those were retirement investments. Let's talk about the fun stuff now. I'm sure you've heard terms like stocks, shares, and equity. Sounds scary and confusing, right? I promise you it's easier than you think, and you can make a significant amount of money with almost no effort. Okay, let's make it super simple. There are companies out there like Microsoft and Netflix that decided they want to sell pieces of their company to whoever wants to buy it. That way they can raise money to run their business. These pieces are called shares, and if you purchase shares of a company, you technically own a fraction of the company. And what's cool is you can buy and sell these shares throughout the business day. So can I go to Target to buy shares of a company? I'm not going to Walmart. I hate Walmart. Yeah, Walmart is almost as bad as Disneyland, but no, you have to go through what's called a stockbroker in order to buy and sell shares of a company. Don't freak out. There are tons of different online brokers out there that also offer mobile apps you can download right now. In my opinion, Robinhood is probably the easiest app to use, but there's also Webull, which I also recommend. If you do decide on Webull, be sure to use my link in the description and you can earn up to $2,000 worth of free stocks. Cool, now you know what stocks are, but how do you know which ones to buy? Well, the cool thing is you don't really need to think about it all that much. There are these things you can buy called exchange traded funds or ETFs. Don't freak out. You can also buy these on the apps I just mentioned. ETFs are basically a collection of companies that are usually chosen by an experienced investor. Instead of you trying to pick the best companies to invest in, you just purchase shares of an ETF. So it's like buying shares of one company, but behind the scenes, you're actually investing in dozens, if not hundreds of companies. The ETF I would choose if I were just starting out is called VOO, or the Vanguard 500 Index Fund. VOO is a collection of 500 different companies, so it's well diversified and has an annual average return of about 15%. The average savings account only pays you 0.01% interest. That's it. Now you're investing in 500 different companies, and all you did was download an app, sign up, and push a few buttons to invest. I highly recommend you invest often. Don't wait to invest, and don't wait for the perfect opportunity to invest. Most apps allow you to configure a reoccurring buy, and that's exactly what I do. I purchase ETFs and other investments every single day. I stopped trying to time the market because whenever I would wait for the price to go down, it would keep going up. And whenever I thought the price was already low, it would go down even more. So just set it, forget it, and move on with your life. The next investment is much riskier, but it's one I invest in heavily, and that is cryptocurrencies. I'm not gonna explain what cryptocurrencies are or how they work, but I have a dedicated video that walks you through this. So if you're interested in that, pause the video and check that out here. Whenever my friends and family ask me which cryptocurrencies to buy and how much, I usually say about 5% of your investment money should go towards cryptocurrencies. In terms of which cryptocurrencies to buy, I also have a dedicated video on that topic, and you can check that out here. If you sign up with BlockFi using my referral link, you'll get up to $250 worth of free Bitcoin. You'll also earn at least 4% interest for simply owning Bitcoin and Ether. All right, the last investment I want to talk about is, I swear, if another person tells me to invest in real estate, we're gonna have a real problem. Real estate is one of the most misunderstood investments out there. It's extremely time consuming and requires a significant amount of money up front, especially in this market. The lack of inventory has caused demand to skyrocket to the point where people are paying easily $100,000 over asking price, and they're skipping inspections. So instead of investing in real estate, I would recommend you invest in your career and your skills. If you can make more money at your day job, for example, that means you can invest more money, and the faster you can quit your day job and focus on the things you want to focus on. The quickest way to make more money in terms of your career is to get a new job. You can usually increase your salary by about 10 to 20%, and you'll likely gain additional skills by working at different companies and industries. But I can just work hard at my current job and get a promotion. Well, why would you want to work harder for something that may take a long time or may not happen at all? If you feel like you meet the requirements for that next level, just apply to that position at a different company. And if your current company gives you a counter offer, just tell them, no, now you want to appreciate me? Well, I'd appreciate it if you had If you're at a dead-end job, I highly recommend you invest in transitioning to a new career. People change careers all the time. Even I transitioned to a new field than what I studied at college. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't invest my time in developing the skills required to make that transition. Anyways, whatever you choose to invest in, just try not to invest in meme stocks. Watch this video to learn why.